Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yes. So my background is in digital marketing. My entire career really has been spent building different online projects and working with online businesses. In the past few years, I've gotten into buying and flipping a couple different YouTube channels specifically. I like YouTube a lot as an income generating asset for a few different reasons, but mainly because I find it pretty simple to run. And it's not difficult to get your operations to a point where the income is close to passive. So with really a few different changes and just writing out some specific SOPs in every situation, I found it's pretty easy to get your workload down to just a couple hours a week or 3 hours a week at most, but generate income nonetheless every single day from AdSense. So the cool thing is, you spend a couple hours doing getting a batch of videos ready for your editors and stuff like that. But then the rest of the week, every morning, you're waking up and seeing that you made $100 or $200 or video went viral one day and made $700 or $1,000 in a day. That's always awesome. And especially now with the advent of various AI tools and then combining that with outsourcing and just all the editing talent and other folks that we have available to us just throughout the world, I think there's really never been a better time to get into YouTube than this moment.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
I initially took over this YouTube channel a few months ago with the intent of flipping it. So holding it for about a year and then selling it at that point. I've been implementing a lot of the standard operating procedures and things that I've used to grow other channels over the last few months to grow it rapidly. And I wanted to get it to a point where over the course of the year was averaging about 4K to 5K in profit a month and then sell it at that point. However, I've been unexpectedly presented with a good opportunity to acquire a business, more traditional business in the brick and mortar space, which is something that I've been looking into and pursuing over the last few months. And I'm in the financing process of that right now. In terms of this YouTube channel, I'm selling this earlier than I expected or would have liked. Realistically, just because I want to take that cash to put into the next venture that I'm currently pursuing.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
The amount of work that I put in myself to maintain the YouTube channel is very minimal. It's been no more than 3 hours every week or two on my end. And the reason why is because I have a specific flow that I go through to create the videos, and I do it in big batches of about 6 videos at a time, in which I utilize AI to do most of the research and scripting and then outsource for the video editing and all that. So the specific process at a high level really is that I use AI to do all the video research on the different topics that I've chosen for the week. And then based on that research, I have AI then generate the scripts. I have a specific prompt that's pretty detailed that I utilize to get AI to generate a wide variety of scripts that have worked well. so that we can implement these in the videos and they're not all the same and they continue to engage a lot of viewers. Once I have the script and the research done, from then I send it off to one of the video editors that I work with. And I should also mention before I do that, I upload the script to 11 Labs. And there's a voice model that I use on there that I just have read the entire script. It sounds really good, almost never makes any mistakes, and sounds quite natural reading the script. So once I have the voiceover done with the script, then that's when I'll send it to a video editor. I work with a couple different video editors and have a few different backup editors that I've worked with as well. All of them are pretty good. I'm really not involved in the editing process. They do a great job. So they select all the audio. They decide what cuts to make, what content and scenes to include, and where they get the content from and all that. Really, my job after I send them the scripting and voiceover and they send me back the edited video, I just look it over and make sure that there's no issues. And if there ever are, I just point them out. Hey, at minute 2 and 30 seconds, this happened. Can you just update this? But that's very rare that they make any mistakes. Once we get that ready, while I'm waiting on the videos, either go on Fiverr and just have somebody make some thumbnails for the videos, or I'll just make them myself, again, using AI typically, or just quickly throwing something up in Canva. Once I have the videos ready, I just upload them to YouTube and schedule them out throughout the next week or two. And that's it. And then over that next week or 2 weeks, I don't do any work at all. I just check on the videos and see how they're performing, and that's it. So very straightforward, easy to run, and realistically, not a lot of time spent on your end as the owner maintaining it at all.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
I foresee 3 main avenues of growth for the business if I were to keep it. So the first thing is just to continue posting videos every other day and following the same growth patterns and procedures that I've implemented. You'll be able to see in the data analytics, it's been growing really, really fast over the last few months. The revenue's exploded, the traffic's exploded, our subscriber count has exploded. Realistically, if you just keep doing what I've been doing, and again, I'll show you and walk you through exactly how to do this so you're comfortable, I think the channel will just continue to grow quickly. The 2 other ways that I think are going to be important in the future to diversify your income and make it less reliant on YouTube algorithms alone is, 1, the email list. So I have a very small email list that's almost worthless right now. It's just over 60 individuals that have signed up, and I just recently implemented it. But I have 2 different ad rolls or like sponsorship clips that I will include in the sale that promotes a lead magnet that I will also include to viewers in exchange for their email address. So I think eventually growing that list larger and larger and then sending different e-commerce offers, I think will be a really good way to continue to grow the business as a whole and get an additional stream of revenue. And on top of that, the final way, I think Facebook would be a really strong traffic generation avenue. I've really not utilized the Facebook page at all for the channel, but the audience for the business is mostly older men, like over the age of 50 in the United States. So I think just given the demographics, Facebook would likely perform really well, and you could probably get a lot of engagement there.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
The biggest risk for this YouTube channel, just like with any YouTube channel, is getting demonetized. I think that's extremely unlikely, but of course that can happen this channel, that could happen any channel, as long as you're not posting just crazy stuff that violate a lot of YouTube's terms. I would assume that should never happen, but that certainly is a risk of losing your AdSense monetization. The other big risk is just being at the mercy of YouTube's algorithm. They make algorithmic changes sometimes. You never know when it could or if it could affect the channel. That would certainly be another risk that you would have to keep in mind.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I'm willing to offer a buyer as much support as needed to ensure that they're comfortable with running the channel. Like I've said before, it is very easy, and I do have a document of standard operating procedures listing out these specific steps that I take in order to make these videos, use AI and outsource these videos to make the process as easy and quick as possible. But I am more than happy to hop on calls to walk people through it, answer any questions they have. And then long term, realistically, if you ever have any questions through email, I'm more than happy to respond. I will never get to a point where I would just ignore a buyer or anything like that. I mean, even 9 months from now, if you have a quick question about, the channel or things that I'm doing to or have done to grow other channels, I'm more than happy to respond and help out.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earnout agreement?
Given that this acquisition is selling on the smaller side, I would not be open to an earnout payment structure at this time.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
There are many reasons that I think this business is worth buying. I think the biggest one is that the YouTube channel is actively growing and it's quickly growing. So this is not a situation where it's dying and you're taking over something that's in a turnaround. You'll see in the data that this is growing quickly, both in subscribers, in viewer count, in revenue and profit, just in every metric realistically. It's just been doing better and better and better over the last few months. I think that's a big thing. It's something that you can hop right into and have a lot of momentum on your side. I think another reason to buy the business is that it's very simply run. YouTube channels are very easy to run. You have so many tools in terms of AI at your disposal to create the content needed and utilize different contractors and outsource the other work to create the content. So if you want something that can eventually bring you an average of 4K or 5K a month or possibly beyond that in profit, only spending realistically at 3 hours a week max once you get the workflow down every week, there's almost no better business to buy. Besides the time that you put into communicating with contractors and getting, the batches of scripts and voiceovers ready each week or every 2 weeks using AI, everything else is passive. So you're just waking up every day and just seeing the money that you had made. And yeah, I think it's a great business model. On top of that, another reason that makes it worth buying is there's already the foundational structure to start building up an email list. So I'm providing you with a lead magnet. I've got the site ready, quote unquote. It's just hosted on Beehive. So it's not like a custom made site, but there's already a form for people to sign up. And we have video footage, sponsorship video footage, quote unquote, in which essentially we're sponsoring ourselves and offering this lead magnet in exchange for their emails. I think the email list is going to be another big asset. Eventually, it's very, very small now, but I think that's something that'll help you out in the future, possibly promoting e-commerce offers to the list and things like that. Another thing is Facebook. Like I mentioned before, Facebook is pretty much just unexplored right now, but I think with the demographic that the business holds, Facebook could perform really well and the foundations are ready for that. So I think all in all, the business is healthy, it's growing, it's realistically very, very little work. And you'll see this certainly. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for anybody that wants to step in and take it over.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.